Welcome to this very brief little video on the ERP software suite. I'm just going to touch on a few things today. This is by no means a detailed presentation on what the ERP software suite can do for your business. Again, it's just meant to touch on a few areas and to give you a brief overview of what is possible. Now, ERP comes complete. You get every module available within the package. These modules you can turn on or off as you see fit at any point in time. You can make changes to them, you can move them around. Again, these are options that you can change as you go on. So the ERP software suite is sold complete. It's real time, and what I mean by real time is that the moment you do anything anywhere, so the moment I sell something here, hit cash, everything else has been updated. If I change my accounts, if I do anything inside the system, everything else is immediately updated. So that sale would have immediately updated my stock, it would have posted to my GL, my chart of accounts, everything has been immediately updated. So anything to do with sales, purchasing, inventory, the moment I touch it, everything else knows about it, which is brilliant for things like CRM or marketing, those sorts of things, in that the moment or as soon as you enter one piece of data, every other module knows about it instantly. Included with that is a comprehensive help file. It comes included with the package. You simply hit F1, immediately get your help file. This can be loaded with all sorts of information on it. You can search on these sorts of things, change them around, do what you like. In addition, there's a full videos option here. So when you click on videos, video screen like so with all the options inside here. Now this literally gives you step-by-step instructions on what you have to do to not only install the package, but importing of data, setting accounts up, making queries, putting in your opening balances, and everything about the program can be viewed or learnt from these videos inside here. So there's a huge range of videos that you can use. So tons of tools, tons of ways of getting around. Again, if you get stuck, simply pick up the phone and support will be more than happy to help you out with those sorts of things. Alright, inside your modules you have all your accounting with P&Ls, balance sheets, snapshots. These are fantastic for looking at just a basic overview of your business, like top 10 sales, products, those sorts of things as a dashboard. You can also run things like P&Ls, balance sheets, or any sort of report in what we call departments. Now, departments are like cost centers, so you can break your business down into separate areas, so or separate stores or separate locations, whatever the case may be. Each location can be broken down into separate P&Ls, or you can look upon it as a consolidated group like so. Again, wherever you see data, simply double click and you can zoom back to whatever makes that up in the first place, like so. Real simple stuff. So double click, zoom back to what makes it up like so. Alright, jump back out. So again, you've got a full suite of information there just on your accounts tab. If I wanted to run a VAT, I simply pick whatever period I want, hit refresh, populates my data, I'm ready to go. That's how hard it is to do a VAT. You've got full appointments, full calendar scheduling, all those sorts of things. In here I can simply double click, drop in, pick all sorts of data, all their information populates, tick what sort of service they are doing, hit save, there's my calendar. Just make it a bit bigger, I can drag those around, week, month, whatever mode I like. Brilliant for tying it in with our workshop module where you can do repair work. This is for service calls. You can then look at your calendar, see where your reps should be at any point in time and what they should be doing, produce itineraries, those sorts of things. Full banking, everything to do with reconciliations, checks, deposits. Full budgeting, this is where you can run budgets on any period of time. There really is no restriction with that. Full CRM, customer relationship management, for doing things like mail merge, loyalty programs, those sorts of things. Delivery, for running trucks, manifests, getting goods onto your vehicles and delivered well. Full employee, everything from a built-in Bundy clock. This will tie into your staff rostering, so I can roster staff to be working at a certain location at a certain time. Do timesheet for labour costing, those sorts of things. Fantastic for that sort of follow through of service work and stuff like that. Full fixed assets register, where I can zoom into these, give me all the details about the product, run book value depreciation, tax value depreciation, even track warranties, insurances, profitability, all those sorts of things. Jump back out. Full general, foreign exchange, global tracking, complete inventory management. One of the most comprehensive inventory packages around. You've got everything from stock adjustments to serial number tracking, batch tracking. These are brilliant for if I'm looking at a full product list like so. I can see what's on order, what's in stock, what's coming in, what's been built, what's available. Again, if I double click, I can zoom back to what makes that up. So full quantities with multiple stores, multiple locations, reorder points. You've got multiple barcodes, batches, bins, unlimited sell levels, discount options, including foreign. I can do it in foreign. Multiple buys, different suppliers will supply you the same product. You can track their codes and however many there is, again in foreign. Full customer history. Every customer that's ever bought this product, again, double click, I can zoom back to what makes it up. Full supplier history. Every supplier I've ever bought the product from, again in foreign. Whatever ways you want to track that, all included. Serial numbers, throw some pictures in, and full bill of materials as well. If I zoom down to one I made, look at our wagon. You've got your full bill of materials here, where you can break this down into as many levels as you like. These are brilliant for tying in with the manufacturing module. I'll jump back out again. So in the manufacturing module over here, you've got full capacity planning. These will flow through so you can see how your shop floor is traveling, all those sorts of things. Full marketing, so everything to do with prospects, leads, all those sorts of things are all tied in, even telemarketing campaigns and stuff like that. Track all your payments, statements, price schemes, where you can sell 2 shirts and get a free tie, that sort of concept. All your purchasing, sales, quotes, sales orders, invoices, and again back to the workshop which we touched on earlier. So again, that's a very brief skim. Now part of all this, when you look at anything on the screen, you can customize this screen or look per user. So it might be a little confusing looking at everything. I'm just going to jump in here and remove a whole bunch of this. I'm going to bring this back to a very simple screen, and let's make a sales screen. Drop. So I can design each individual person's screen down to a single button like so. Real simple. You just put on to the screen the buttons that they need to see. So obviously everybody doesn't need every module on their screen when they log in. As well, once you give them those options, you can then access level those down to all sorts of levels again. Now part of that is you might go from no access to read only, create and read. This is where you can allow them to create the transaction. Once they save or print, they can only go back and view it. They can't alter it from that point. Only somebody with these levels can come in and alter the transaction. So let me just save that. So again, all sorts of options there. I'll just turn everything back on so we know what we're looking at. Like so. So full security right throughout the system. Again, ERP comes standard with a whole bunch of reports and lists. These again are all customizable. I can sort on any field, I can search on any field if I'm looking for burns, I can filter on any field, I can dump anything to a spreadsheet, CSV file, whatever you like. Literally takes that long. I can make all sorts of filters from that. I can customize this. I can turn all sorts of options on and off that I do or don't want to see within the system, even down to the size of the font if I'm a little blind. I'll give it a separate color so it makes it a bit easier to see, like so. Now the beauty of that is the moment I get out, come back in, it saves those settings. These are set for me individually, and each individual person within the organization would have their own settings. They can keep those. Again, wherever you look at these sorts of records, simply double click. You can zoom back to the originals that make it up. So I'm looking at the customer card here. I look at accounts, general, like full history. Everything you've ever done with this client is right there on this screen. Every product they've ever bought, every quote you've ever written, every invoice you've ever made. Again, double click, you can zoom back to the original that makes it up. Real simple stuff. Fantastic to use, get around and work with, like so. Full documents, customizable fields, you can create discounts, all sorts of ranges, all sorts of options inside that are included. So nice and simple stuff. Again, when you create any of these lists or reports, and ERP comes standard with a whole bunch of reports like so. These are just standardized reports that we give you. Any one of these is completely customizable. You can come into these, change them around like you saw me do earlier. I can open up any of these, redesign this as much as I like, customize it, turn on different fields, look at it in foreign exchange, different values, currencies, all those sorts of things. Again, drillable, can zoom back to anything at all. If I print it, I've got a huge range of options that I can change around, have it look, feel, however you want. So a great way of using that. Now again, with these reports, you can virtually make anything, but in these as well, we give you a whole bunch of charts. These are all standard as well. These are just the same with your reports. These are completely customizable. I can redesign these in all sorts of ways, however I want to do. But if you may come up with a particular report that you want that we don't have, you can literally from this point, and this is all included in the package when you buy it, ERP comes with its own built-in SQL report writer. So I can jump into the templates here, I can look at whatever I'm working on, I can redesign this in any way, shape or form I like. So I can make my own invoice looks or purchase orders, barcodes, images, any of those sorts of things I can redesign at any point in time. Or I can simply make my own report. So I'm going to be lazy here and use the wizard. And I'm just going to drop in a couple of fields. And I can change the look, feel, design. Just hit finish. And there we go. I mean, it's not beautiful, but you get the concept. A real quick and easy report that I made in the space of 5-6 seconds. So jump back out. So again, as I say, you get a whole bunch of standard reports with the system. If we don't have in our reports that we give you here, if we don't have something you want, you can simply create your own from the SQL report writer. So real good stuff, real easy to do and not hard to get around it. Alright, on your accounts again, you've got things like summary sheets where I can look at the business as a snapshot, so cash and bank, accounts receivable, accounts payable. You've got a full point of sale built into the system, which we touched on earlier. These are customizable. I can come in here and change these screens, again, the look and feel as much as I like. You've got a full clothing matrix, so again, this is all part of the package. And again, I can have as many of these options as I like, so color, size, cuff length, shirts, those sorts of things. When you buy and sell any of those sorts of clothing matrix types options, and let's go do one now, nice and quick. Drop in a shirt, your grid pops open, I can type in whatever I want for the grid, like so, create, and there's my invoice, hit save. Like so. Again, if I want to just do a simple quote, I can drop in a name, drop in a product, he wants 5 of those, quote done. This will then pop up as a reminder. So it says, look, you did a quote, you need to follow up on it by tomorrow. So I can look at my list of quotes at any time. I can double click on that. I want to turn that into an order. As simple as a one button click. It confirms what stock I have available. So do you wish to create a purchase order to bring the goods in? No, we've got 16 available. We only require 5, so I'm going to continue anyway. And there's my instant order. I'll hit save. The order is now complete, and it wants to become an invoice. And literally as simple as that, I now have an invoice. Now you could do that from the quote directly. So if I pop open another quote, I can go straight to invoice. You can skip all sorts of fields you like. If you don't use the sales order type system, you can go straight to invoice from there. And there's my invoice. Easy as that. So there you go. There's a very, very brief overview. It's by no means designed to suit your business. I'm just touching on some of the features. I haven't even gone close to anywhere near the number of the number of options and the power of the system at all. The idea here is just to give you a bit of an overview, to give you an idea. If you want to know more, or if you'd like to know more about how it works, please give the guys and girls a call down at ERP. They'd be more than happy to come on site and do a detailed presentation to suit your business. They'd be more than happy to, so give them a call. Thanks for watching.